order. He's going to have to start the inning instead. That 1-0 is drilled into right field. Going back towards the fence is Dvorak, and that one is out of here. The Generals strike first on a Joe Scafidi solo blast.
Taking a look at that infield from left to right. Ranko Stevanovic at third, Jack Lombardi at short, Bryce Cross at second, and Jack Krause at first. As the first pitch, Billy Moat sees he hits deep into right field, and Jeremiah LeBron's going to look back and watch that one go. Billy Moat with a 2-run shot. Moat, the shortstop from Baylor, making his impact known early in this one with a 2-run blast.
Season 3 games. That's an ERA of 3. He's going to face Jeremiah LeBron with an 0-1 count. Rodriguez number 31. And LeBron hits that high and deep between left center. And that's going to be out of the park, a home run. Jeremiah LeBron got that bat 100% on top of that baseball and crushed it.
Keeping Jordan Baker in line for the win. Bailing out his teammate.
0-2 to Vance is hit on the ground over to third, and it's going to skip off the glove of Stevanovic, and that's going to get down in the infield. 2 runs will score for Crestwood, and they take a 3-2 lead, and advancing to third is Michael Ruffalo, catching the Generals off guard, and just like that, the Panthers have taken a lead. 2 errors aside in this one. Joliet leads in the hit column, 7-6. But the OMN lead in the more important one in runs, 6-5 margin. That one hit on left center field. Chasing it is Nick Figgis, and he dives, and he's going to make the play out in center field. What a play by Nick Figgis, a web gem to say the least. And if you take a look at the reaction on the face of Nick Wolf, as he tips his cap to his center fielder, he robbed Stratinsky of an extra base hit, laying out completely for that one. Back here for the top of the second as Jordan Baker's first pitch to Brandon Simon is in there for a strike.
Yeah, Brandon Simon, one of the new additions to the Panthers. In fact, he was a high school teammate of J.P. Massey, someone who was supposed to pitch for the Panthers but ended up not playing this season. Simon, another D1 guy, he'll be playing at the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Yeah, we got Arkansas Little Rock at second base, and Josh Nowak and Arkansas Pine Bluff at the plate right now, if you're keeping track of the players' colleges at home. That one's grounded over to Nowak at second base. He hesitates a little, and that's going to cost him, as at first base is Brandon Simon with a single.
It's a good way to start off your MCL season. Show off that blazing speed. Hit one right where he needed to, just over the glove of Jordan Baker on the mound. Make Josh Nowak into a decision. Force Josh Nowak into a decision. And now Brandon Simon is standing safely on first.
So Pat Mayo will stand in, the third baseman. And he takes the first pitch and hits it over to third. Good stop by Stevanovic, and the throw over to first is in time. A great play by Ranko Stevanovic, diving to his right, and from a knee, he made a strong throw to Jimmy Day for out number 1.
Can you say web gem? Because that was an incredible play over at the hot corner. Stevanovic had little time to react, but made it look effortless down at third base.
So with 1 out, Brandon Simon now standing on second base, but General's very fortunate that he's only standing there. That could have been extra bases. That could have almost certainly brought Simon to third. His first pitch is a ball. Michael Ruffalo from Rockhurst taking his first at-bat. Brian Vance in the 9 spot on deck. That one misses. It's now 2-0. Talk about Michael, son of Rich Ruffalo, the assistant coach for the Panthers. It's just been a cool experience for those two. So that one is in there for a strike. It's 2-1.
Yeah, Ruffalo was bailed out in that first inning after he made that throwing error, but now he has a chance to help out his own cause.
That one misses high. It's 3-1. Jordan Baker so far Walked a guy, hit a guy. Allowed a single to the first batter in this inning. 3-1 count to the shortstop. Pitch on its way, and that's going to be in there for a called strike. Ruffalo was already walking over to first base, thinking that was ball 4. But he'll stand right back in the batter's box with a full count now.
And that's exactly where you want to put a 3-1 pitch. The hitter's looking for a pitch in one spot, and Ruffalo is taking all the way. Great work by Baker.
3-2 is high, and it's going to be a 6-pitch walk issue to Michael Ruffalo, putting runners at first and second. Possibly the only good to come out of that if you're the Generals is now you got a double play in order, in which you could, if you're Ranko Stevanovic, field it at third, step on the bag, and throw over to first. There's a multitude of ways you can go about it.
I'd say the one you just described is the most easy way for the Generals, because Brandon Simon and Michael Ruffalo are two of the fastest players on the Panthers roster. If there's a ball hit up the middle, it won't be a sure bet to double them up.
Brian Vance stands in. That one's outside for ball 1, and Brandon Simon making his way over to third. They tried to backpick him, and Simon said, you know what? You can't backpick me. I'll take off the third.
That is a heads-up play. It's usually closer after a secondary lead for a runner at second base to try and take third. Krause threw behind him, and Brandon Simon, a heads-up play, gets an extra 90 feet. Isaac Valdez, the Panthers manager, is going to love that.
That pitch in there for a strike to Vance.
So now, as you mentioned, a double play could end the inning, but if Michael Ruffalo can break one up at second base, then the Panthers are on the scoreboard.
Again, Brian Vance behind the plate. Catcher's not known for being the fastest guys, but all he needs to do is put it through that big hole on the right side. Ruffalo goes on the pitch. Throw down to second is in time. They tag Ruffalo on the foot for out number 2, and what seemed like maybe an easy base in Ruffalo's mind with runner on third, maybe not the catcher not wanting to throw it down there, results in the second out of the inning.
I'm honestly surprised that Brandon Simon wasn't going on a delayed steal. Ruffalo forced that throw. Simon could have potentially walked home for a run. Now the Panthers are behind the 8 ball with 2 outs in the inning.
So after some good base running runs the Panthers into an out as that one's inside. A lot has happened in Brian Vance's at bat thus far. Stolen base, caught stealing. So he's got to do the job himself here with 2 outs. And a runner 90 feet away from scoring. Here's the pitch from Baker. That's going to be outside. It's now full at 3-2. First base is open, but I think if you're Baker, you just want to get that final batter here to end the second inning, what looked like a promising one for the Panthers. Could result in nothing as that 3-2 is high for ball 4. Second walk issued on a 3-2 pitch this inning.
And that's the second consecutive walk for Baker. Got bailed out by Ruffalo getting caught stealing second base, but now the lineup card turns over. Maury Garrett has his second chance at the plate today, so Baker has his work cut out for him.
It's going to be Garrett, who is 0 for 1 with a pop-out. Jordan Baker so far 30 pitches during his one time through the lineup. First pitch to Garrett is hit on the ground, and Stevanovic fields it. Throw over to first is in time. A nice play. It took an odd hop, but Ronco is able to make the play for the third out of the inning. So both teams have opportunities to score in the top of the second and the bottom of the first, but no runs crossed. It's still 0-0 as we head to the bottom of the second here in Joliet. Bottom of the third, and it's Joe Scafidi leading things off for the Generals. Still down 2-0 on this Tuesday night. It has been not too hot out there. We've had some hot days recently. This one in the 80s. 1-0 from Gudaitis is hit in the air by Scafidi, and under it is the left fielder Ransom for the first out of the inning. Getting some weak contact is Gudaitis. through 2 1/3. He's only given up 1 hit. That was back in the first, Jack Krause. Ever since, had a 1-2-3 inning in the second, and then got that first out. Freddie March with one that's hit over to third, and it's just foul. Kind of a check swing that March hit with his bat, and could have been a actually really nice bunt if that's what he was thinking, but I don't think that was his intention with that one. 0-1 to March, batting in the 9 spot, and he's the designated hitter today. He fouls that one off the left side, down 0-2. March, a recent graduate from Lake Park High School. His team went pretty far in the IHSA tournament just recently. And that one in there for a called strike 3. 3 pitches sends Freddie March down for the second out of the inning. Top of the order coming to bat now with Jack Lombardi. So 1 time through, only 1 hit. And they're already trailing. First pitch to Lombardi's in there for a called strike. 4 hits for Bloomington, only 1 for Joliet. 1 error for the Generals as well. Not helping their cause early. That one is a chopper to the third base side, and fielding it foul is Jones. 0-2. Down on the count. Joliet has been a lot, it seems like. So far, Gudatis, only at 31 pitches, has found his spots, got ahead, and made a pitch that the Generals are just able to tap back weakly. So got himself 2 strikeouts. Jeremiah LeBron and the last batter, Freddie March. 0-2 on its way. And that off-speed pitch misses 1-2. Jack Lombardi attended Loyola Academy. And he takes that one, so it's now 2-2. Gudatis might have thought that was strike 3. Judging from his reaction on the mound. Here's the break-even pitch. That one misses high. So Lombardi's worked himself a full count with 2 outs. If he were to reach, Josh Nowak would come to the plate. Three-two pitch. That one hit on the air, and it's going to be a leaping catch by Sam Heaton over at second base. Timed it up just right for the 3rd out of the inning. Quinn Gudatis looking strong for the Bobcats thus far. He's thrown 3 innings and given up 1 hit, and his team leads 2-0 when we come back.
Here at Wayne King Field, final score, Generals 9, Oilmen 8. I'm here with Mike Santorelli. Mike, you came in for those final 3 innings of work with your team down. What was going through your mind at that time?
We just kind of had to get some outs and get things rolling. I knew the guys were going to hit. They can hit all day. We've been hot, just kind of trying to focus on throwing strikes.
So you hadn't really pitched a game that actually counted since June because your last start against the Oilmen was postponed due to rain. What was it like for you going back out there on the mound?
Yeah, it's been a little bit since I've thrown. I know weather and a few things kind of made it difficult, but I don't know, it's still baseball. You know, we've been playing this game for a while. I just kind of stopped thinking about things. Those strikes.
So now 5 wins in a row for you guys as you head towards the All-Star break. What kind of confidence does this give your team?
We're playing hot. I mean, the guys are hitting. It's fun to be around. You know, we're fighting for a spot in the playoffs. We got to do everything we can. It's been great coaching, good hitting. Pitchers just kind of throw strikes. It's been fun.
And that's going to do it here from Wayne King Field. Final score, Generals 9, Oilmen 8.